Nobody's talking about
Serena, Bouchard, the Wimbledon finalist. They haven't won a match. Oh, hi. Kind of sneaking up on us.
Let's just get a little sound system working for Serena so we can both talk to her and that you can hear her response. Okay, Serena, I read part of your press conference before this tournament started where you said, this has been a terrible year for me, so I'm thinking about 2015. Has anything changed today in that statement?
Absolutely. I just feel everything's kind of turned around now, and I feel like I'm better, and I'm back the way I was playing. So I'm definitely playing a lot better. I'm more consistent. You know, our footwork is back to where it was. It took a while, but I'm feeling really, really good about it.
I mean, when I watched that match, I was like, okay, she has her game back.
Yeah.
Okay, she has it back. Because every other match, there were glimpses of Serena. So.
But today,
I mean, all the work paid off. All the work paid off. How do you feel about that?
I feel good because I've been working really hard, and not just, you know, this week or last week, but for a long time, you know, for a really long time. So I'm just really glad that it's finally paying off, and the dividends are finally meeting.
What did you learn about yourself, Serena, these last 3 weeks? You haven't played 3 weeks in a row in a very long time, and you had to battle through some tough matches. It wasn't always pretty. What do you take away from these 3 weeks?
Wow, what I take away is the fight. Like those 3-set matches that I played against Anna, and then that tough match against Sam, and those 3-set matches in Toronto. I mean, in Montreal, they all had a purpose, I think, and they really helped me to get to this moment today. And so I'm really, really excited. I'm so excited going into the Open. I just feel a lot better.
Do you know now what you're going to do next week?
I do. I'm going to take your advice, and I'm going to start out the way you told me.
Let me ask you this: you also said before the tournament started that, as far as you were concerned, looking at your career, that you didn't think you'd be playing as much, if at all, at this age. You're 32 years old now.
Yes.
How come you like
33 next month?
It's so true. Like when I was younger, I never dreamed I would be playing at 32, and I just can't stop. I just love the sport. I can't vision myself stopping right now. It's just, I'm a perfectionist. I want to do better. I want to do more. And
why did you think you wouldn't play this long?
Well, no one really played in their early 30s.
Of course they did.
Everyone,
but when you're 16, 17, you look ahead to 30. You go,
exactly.
You kind of say, "There's no way I'll be playing."
Exactly.
But do you think it's been because of the injuries and the health issues? You've been out of the game a little bit. That appreciation.
I think so, and I think the last injury I had really built in a tremendous amount of appreciation for me and for the sport again and for the game. And so with that, I was just able to just have a newfound love for it, like a genuine love deep down in my heart. And I loved every moment that I have an opportunity to be on the court.
That's so nice because I think we see it when you play out there because you play with so much passion.
Yeah.
How important is it for you to be #1 at the end of the year?
Well, it's really important for me, but like I said in my press conference that you didn't mention, I should have thought about that earlier in the year.
Would you please join the 18 club? I've been waiting all year.
The what?
The 18 Grand Slam.
You gotta catch
I was in Australia. I was waiting in Paris.
The good news is it took me a long time to pass 13. But then once I passed 13, I rolled for a little bit. So I'm stuck at 17, kind of like I was stuck at 13. But I feel like one day I'm going to get there.
Chrissy's feeling she really doesn't want to join the
No, I do.
She wants to be forever.
You really have a great shot. I mean, you say you want to play more years. If you stay healthy, it's in your grasp.
It really is, as long as I stay healthy and then do the right things. And then I think really just beginning to put a lot of focus on the Grand Slams. That's what me and Patrick were talking about just next year, just putting our focus more on those tournaments. And I think it's a good idea.
And when you look back to the 3 majors this year, not playing your best, what did you learn that's going to help you at the U.S. Open?
Well, what I learned is that, you can't always be at your best. I gave 100% in those matches that I played, and, I wasn't able to win them, but I definitely tried, and I learned a lot. I learned why I lost, and I worked on those things, and I can see that they're improving in each match.
2013 was a year for the ages, as well as you played. 2015, could be the same kind of year for Serena?
I hope so. I'm always going to think positive about it, and that's another thing I learned after those 2 losses. More than anything is I have to be more positive and nicer to myself, as you always say, Mary. So, and I think this whole summer I've been really gentle and kind to myself. And even if I got down or even if I wasn't doing my best, at the end of the day, if I won the match, I was really proud of myself. So I'm really proud of that. That's big for me.
You've won 5 tournaments. I mean, she's having a pretty decent year.
But what I saw today was a confident and a focused. And I just feel like if you trust your power, you know, and you're really that tunnel vision focus. I mean, you have your A game back, and no one can beat you. Do you feel like it's on your racket when you play matches most of the time?
Always. I really feel like there's been some matches that wasn't on my racket, you know, and I've lost some of those matches. But most matches, we all can agree that it's up to me to win or to lose. And if I'm playing, you know, well, it's you know, and I'm not trying to pontificate or anything. I'm just saying it's difficult sometimes. I'll be the one to lose the match for myself. So and that's tough too. If you think about it, if you have a lot, that adds, I think, a lot more pressure,
more responsibility,
and a tremendous amount of responsibility. True. So you know, when you have that, it's just an extra burden that you have to carry. But as one of my favorites, Billie Jean, always said, pressure is a privilege.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
I love that quote, by the way.
Yeah.
What's the name? Final question. What's the name of the lady sitting next to you?
What? This one.
What do you call me? What do you like calling me?
Mary Jo, sorry.
You like calling me Mary, and it's okay.
We love it.
You're the only one that calls her Mary.
I call her Mary now. Because you call her Mary, I call her Mary. What's happening?
I don't do it on purpose.
It's okay.
But I would do it on purpose because, you know, I'm a trickster, but I really do.
I don't hold it against you.
That's so funny.
I mean, you played Fed Cup for her.
We love decades, right? And I'm still learning.
Congratulations. Well done. Serena Williams, the champion here in Cincinnati, in a good mood, as you can tell, very relaxed. Men's singles championship match coming up at 4 o'clock.